Greetings internets, Thinker2112 here at 1940 Eastern Standard Time on Thursday the 8th of December 2011. Let's play Plants vs. Zombies. I'm going to do a couple things for my Zen garden here. And I pressed the wrong button. Oh well, I'll just go to the shop. Okay, so I'm going to buy some of this because I'm running out, and some of this because I'm running out. And I'm going to buy this for my apparently audiophilic plants. Yeah, that's kind of steep, but you know what? I'm only going to have to buy it once, and I'm definitely going to be using it a lot. So, I'll play music for this plant. Actually, it's good when they ask to have music played rather than what am I saying? Rather than bug spray, because once you buy the record player, once you buy the phonograph, you don't have to buy it again and you never have to pay for it, but you have to pay for every dose of bug spray. Nom nom nom. Okay, what is this? It's an umbrella leaf. They're kind of cute. Okay, so now that I've taken care of my Zen garden for now, time for more puzzles. There are two left, both of the iZombie variety. This one is 3-hit wonder, as you can see. And we have imps available here. Imps are good for rows like this, where whatever you put is going to get blown up or squashed or eaten. Because if you do this, it only uses up 50 sun. So, since there's nothing that's going to be shooting this guy, he's just gonna... Actually, he'll probably eat that walnut pretty quickly, and then he'll just get to the sunflower and get 200 sun. Then, no, I don't think he can... I don't think he can get rid of those two in the same run, because I think he'll get blown up before the squash reacts. They're great... These guys are great cannon fodder. Oh, he did get rid of both of them at the same time. Yeah, so they're great cannon fodder, or whatever else there is fodder. They're also good for, like, if you use a digger zombie. They're good for, if you use a digger zombie, then they're good for, just going to eat the brain, because the digger zombie is not going to eat the brain. Unless for some reason you send one when there's a magnet shroom around and it somehow gets through anyway. So this guy should take care of this row. Just one pea shooter, really. And once he gets to those magnet shrooms and eats them, I can pretty much use whatever of these zombies I want. I won't even have to use this guy. One thing I haven't bothered to say, but it's important. The layout in these levels is not completely random, but I don't think it's completely predetermined either. Like, I think there will be the same plants every time you run it, but I don't think they'll necessarily be in the same arrangement. Like, I doubt these two magnet shrooms are always supposed to be in the same lane. It would make more sense to spread them out, but I think that's just part of the randomness. Okay, just wait for this guy to get through, and then I can send as many bucket heads and diggers as I want. Actually, this row would be good for a digger. Now, an imp wouldn't be so good in this row, because he's just going to get shot down before he gets to the squash. Or just use a cone head to get squashed, because, no, that's only 75 sun. Whereas, say, 2 imps would be 100 sun. And now another conehead will get through. Again, I'm down to low sun, but that doesn't really matter because I'm going to get a whole lot more. I am going to send an imp into this row, but I'm going to wait until that pea shooter is gone. Otherwise, the imp will just go to waste. And I'll just put a bucket head here. I could have used bungee and or ladder zombies, but you don't always need to use everything they give you. I mean, that's a good thing, because You know, in the main game, you only get a limited number of seed slots, obviously. Okay, just add an imp, and that should do it. 3-hit... They call it... Yeah, 3-hit wonder. That refers to the fact that these guys have 3 hit points. An imp can travel over a single spikeweed and survive. But anything more than that, and it will be toast. Because the spikeweed will only hit it twice. Okay, one more other than the Endless. All your brains are belong to us. Okay, big selection of zombies to use here, and this is the most complicated level that you'll see. No dancing zombies, though. Don't want to use imps because I use up all my sun. One magnet shroom here. Be careful of... The plants like this and this always trip me up. The plants that can shoot into lanes other than the ones they're in. And these are the big two to watch out for. 3-peaters and starfruit. So how do I get some sun? This is kind of tricky, actually. Well, it is the last level. I guess that's sort of the point. There's no easy way to get rid of this right now. You know, I could probably send a conehead in here and he'd at least get to the sunflower. And eat the sunflower, because now he's just taking 2 damage per round, if you will. Okay, that worked as I planned. I didn't quite get to the starfruit, but once I clear out that row, things will be a lot easier, because there's a starfruit and the magnet shroom there. Okay, now I can do what I wanted to do. He's too far away from the magnet shroom for the magnet shroom to make any difference. And he can hopefully eat the 3-peater. Okay, just got to it. Which means that now I can send imps in here to get the sunflowers. First imp will get chomped, but then subsequent one, the next one, if you send it quickly enough, which is easy in this case, will chomp the chomper. Oh, you see, they always trip me up for some reason. It's like I forget they're there. I think this one should be able to make it, because he won't get stuck in the spot where he fires. Oh, except there's another chomper there. Herp derp. I may have screwed up here. Okay, I'll need another imp there. Just to make sure that guy doesn't swallow. Okay, one brain eaten. Oh, I didn't realize I had these guys. That might have helped. Can't send a digger zombie here or here because of the magnet shroom. Can't send one here, it'll just get blown up. Can't send one here, that guy will get it. Can't afford a football zombie. This is a sticky situation. I hope this guy can climb ladders. Okay, good. He did what I needed him to do. You see, I'll have a net gain now, or... Yeah, I'll be able to get a net gain now. 4 imps cost 200 sun. excuse me, 5 imps cost 250 sun, but I'll be able to get 400 sun out of it. But if you didn't have the sun to burn in the first place, no pun intended, then you couldn't do it. And that was my situation. So I screwed up, but I think I've managed to escape. I could have had dinner before I recorded, but then I'd missed part of the football game, and I want to see at least some of it. I mean, if the Steelers start blowing out the Browns, then I'll probably turn it off, especially since I want the Steelers to lose. Let's see. Maybe it would be easiest just to yoink the magnet shroom. Now, that will fire at him, but not for long enough to kill him. Now I can just put this digger here. And I think this should be enough for that lane. I'll have some more sun soon. I'll have a lot more sun soon, in fact. I'll have 600, but that'll be all I'll get. All I'll get. I think this guy should make it. I hope he will. Yeah, he'll make it. Once that guy gets eaten, I can just set an imp in there. Great. And I just use another football zombie. That'll be fastest. Okay. I almost messed up that one, but I got through. And that is all the non-endless puzzle levels completed. So now I will show off the endless ones. If I do well enough, these could take quite a long time, so I may end in the middle of one of them and just continue next session. These are the things that I spend a lot of time on. Like, just, you know, once you get to these things, I think they're the most replayable, if that's a word. How this works is basically, you just, once you finish one stage, the zombies, or the vases, I should say, will just keep coming. And you get like money for finishing each stage. Not that much, but the stages get progressively harder, but you periodically get bigger rewards. And this isn't starting out too well, although that does help. You will not see all of the types of zombies or all of the types of plants in the endless version that you saw in the other levels. Look out for the planterns. They're, especially... Okay, you know what? This is bad. Thank you. Yeah, the planterns are especially helpful here, because they let you see what's going on. There is one Gargantuar in every one of the first 10 levels. Look out for it. And, you know, just keep track of whether or not you've killed it. It's also good to kill other zombies in the same lane. If you know where it is, it's a good idea to release the other zombies in the lane first. Because then those zombies won't get in the way of the plants that are trying to hit the Gargantuar. And I think 8 damage per round for this long should be enough to do him in. 1 bandage. I hope it's enough because I don't have any other means. 2 bandages. Jeez, I really hope I don't lose on the first level. If I do, I'm gonna try again. Okay, good, I didn't. So you'll notice that I got some sun. You can plant cherry bombs here. That's the only plant you can plant other than what you get from the vases. And what... It's more difficult than it sounds like it should be to avoid this temptation. But avoid the temptation to keep going at full speed once you've used the cherry bomb, if you have enough sun for the next one. Let the cherry bomb recharge, because there's a chance you may need another one soon. And if you have this, having the sun for it won't do you much good if it's not charged. And the basic rules of playing this game in general apply, like just make sure you have every lane protected. When you get snow peas or other, valuable plants, it's a good idea to protect them with squash. Squash are your best friends in the endless levels. Now, if you can, try to plant a plantain in the middle of a bunch of unbroken vases, because that way you'll get the best use out of it. Please take off his bucket, thank you. Okay, well, it doesn't matter that's gonna use up that squash, because he's the last zombie in that lane. Alright. Just take care of whatever's here. So when you know where the Gargantuar is, you can just do things like plant a squash in front of it, plant lots of repeaters behind it, stuff like that. But that's not what I wanted. Here, have a squash. Don't bother planting walnuts in front of Gargantuars. They won't help you. Ooh, he's gonna get stereo squashed now. That was fun. You won't notice much difference in difficulty from level 1 to level 10. But once you get to level 11, it's definitely going to get more difficult. Oh crap, I planted it in the wrong place. Planted it too soon, rather. But fortunately, I didn't pay for it. Okay. And it'll tell you down here how many levels you've completed. So you can see how close you are to a difficulty spike. I tend to plant more of my plants in rows with more vases in them because more vases means possibility of more zombies. Gargantuars will occasionally toss imps in this mode, but I don't think they do it that often. They tend to do it, in my experience, when you plant the squash right in front of it while it's going. Not if you plant one before it's out. Now, what I did right there was I planted... So there's a squash here and there's a zombie here. Or here, coming here. I opened that vase right when the other zombie got there, so that if there was another zombie there, they would both get squashed. Which is what happened. No room to plant that. No room to plant that! Room to plant that.